I'm Bella Papaduke, your neighborhood reporter in Waco. Food pantries across the nation are bracing for the potential loss of nearly $500 million in food deliveries. I spoke with one local food pantry to see how this decision could impact Central Texas. People are getting here early, making sure that they can get a spot. Is that correct?
Yes, and we used to just have a couple of lines starting out, but you see what we have here now? That's how I know it's grown.
Shepherd's Heart volunteer Jeannie Snodgrass tells me she's seen the need grow in our community while working with the food pantry for many years.
The paychecks just don't go as far as they used to, and so hopefully, this kind of gets it extended to the next paycheck.
Recently, the U.S. Department of Agriculture paused $500 million in deliveries to food banks nationwide.
I'm not worried about it. And what I mean by that is we've seen this before in previous years. Every 4 years, we go through this kind of stuff.
While this has some organizations worried, Shepherd's Heart CEO Bob Gager tells me he's not concerned about the pause in funding.
We have an administration now in that's looking at, hey, we're wasting a lot of money and we've got to do something about it.
Bob says Shepherd's Heart does not get any federal or state funding, but the food banks they receive food from do.
Even though we get our supply from the food bank, I've already been assured by them. I spoke to one of the vice presidents on Monday and we talked about this. And they've got enough programs in process that working with the state that we can get things, we're going to be fine.
Bob tells me he gets around 5 loads a week from local food banks to share with the community. Within the first 2 months of this year, Shepherd's Heart is already 11% ahead of where it was last year. The USDA also canceled 2 federal programs which help schools and food banks buy food from local farmers. Those initiatives alone made up more than $1 billion in funding. In Waco, I'm your neighborhood reporter, Bella Papaduke.